Oh my God, I can't even, wait, okay, you're gonna have to give me a second to think about this.
I had like 4 or 5 friends.
Yeah, I know a couple.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, I know about 7 people.
A good 9.
Got 2 brothers that got shot. So yeah, it's a lot. It run through my family, but that's the closest, my brothers.
I know about 10 people who have died to a violent death.
Both of my brothers been killed.
Every day I walk out my house, I would feel threatened.
I know about 6, 7 people been shot.
They all died before they even turned 17.
It's almost natural that you know somebody who got shot. Like, if you don't know nobody, something wrong with you.
Every time something like that occurs, that changes me on the inside and outside.
You just see somebody laying dead in the courtway. Nobody don't supposed to see that. And me just saying that at a young age kind of exposed my life to a lot of more things.
The first death that happened because of violence, it was like, it was a shocker, but we came together. The second one, it was odd, but we still came together. Then the third one, everybody just seemed to split up.
One thing we do as citizens, one thing we tend to do is dehumanize human beings. So we talk in terms of how many people were murdered in New Orleans. What are the numbers? So what do we do about that mindset? What do we do to humanize murder? The only way that we could think to do it was to name them. Each day is listed on a board with the name of the person, their age, and how they were killed, without respect to where they're from, what their color is, what they did or did not do for a living, whether they graduated or didn't from high school, whether they deal in drugs or not. You don't know if you look at that board.
We remember especially Eric Solomon, 30, shot. John J. Davis, 21, shot. Dwight Minor, 22, shot.
Sometimes I look at our little church and our little walls and say, how much wall space do I have here? After a while, this will get to look silly and stuff like that. I suppose when we look more like maybe Milwaukee, they got 500,000 people and they killed 53 people, not 253.
My name is Amir Baraka. As a kid growing up in the projects of New Orleans, I saw shootings like this all the time and eventually committed acts of violence myself. After serving 5 years in jail, I began to help kids through mentoring. But this story isn't about me. This is a story about the environment in which I grew up.
A wild night across Metro New Orleans. Someone sprays a crowd with bullets as they were leaving a high school basketball game. 5 people are shot. Good evening. In all, 9 people were shot tonight, including an 11-year-old in 5 separate shootings in New Orleans and Jefferson parishes.
A 9-year-old boy is recovering tonight after another drive-by shooting in New Orleans East. It's much like the one where the 2-year-old girl was shot and killed. Several kids were outside playing in the middle of the afternoon when the gunfire broke out. The shooting happened just after 7 o'clock this evening.
was caught in the crossfire.
Has a lengthy
Lennon
criminal
still behind
record
me.
and
We're
was the
several-
target in that shooting. Police have yet to release his name.
This is a story about what it's like being young and surrounded by violence, but it's also a story about finding solutions.
How much murder can you tolerate as a neighborhood? How much murder could you tolerate as an adult to watch the children have to see this day after day?
Nowadays, people killing for anything. People killing for $5 now.
In 1960, New Orleans had its largest population and its smallest murder rate. But in the course of 50 years, over 10,000 people have been murdered. And since 2005, more people have been killed than those who lost their lives when the levees broke.
At this moment, there is a battle being waged each and every day on the streets of New Orleans. It is a battle for the heart and soul of this great city. By the time you wake up tomorrow morning, I will have likely received another message, the worst part of my day, that says exactly the same thing. Mr. Mayor, we're sorry to inform you that earlier this evening, police officers responded to gunshots. When they arrived on the scene, they found a young African-American male face down in blood, gunshots in the back of his head. He was announced dead on arrival. There are no witnesses.
At the first crib. That's the Browns, y'all. That's the lady, daddy, and all her sons right there. Go to the next one. That's little Robert over there, y'all. Go to the next one. That's little Calvin. Go to the next one. That's Jerome. That's Kenya. I'm talking about real live people, and if the people are listening, they'll tell you I'm talking about their children.
Across the street from the shooting is a screen printing shop where Rest in Peace t-shirts are the most popular item.
They get a shirt when a person passes away. It's like giving flowers. It's just basically to remember that person or to show that this was my friend, this was my loved one. The day he died, the next morning you in a shop getting a shirt, and you'll get a shirt every day until that person is buried.
Rest in peace to Bishop, Similac Gangster, to Big Nick, I'm on that corner store in the tent wall. Rest in peace.
When you order a shirt, you write your words down. Sometimes it hurts so much that people don't have words, and they'll ask me to come up with words. When they ask me to come up with words, I'll ask you what type of person was, and from there, the designs come from my head.
Many shops have opened to meet the demands for shirts.
About 20 altogether within a 3-mile square radius. There's not a shortage. I basically wanted to do birthdays, family reunions, things more of living than that. You can survive without doing Rest in Peace shirts, but your business will never grow because of New Orleans.
Rest in peace to my whole family. Rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace to my whole family. Yeah, rest in peace.
He was just a quiet person. He was a hard worker. He worked on the riverfront. And he loved to spending time with his kids, which they were babies when he was killed. There was 1 and 3.
He had a nickname, Goof Troop, after the Disney character, Goofy, because he always said funny things, you know, to make people laugh. The voice that plays back in my head all the time is like, what's wrong with him, Ma?
What I can remember about David is when he's 12, he's trying to scratch records on my little Kmart stereo. Hours and hours and hours of David spending at his turntables, mixing music and making music.
I think we were watching like American Idol or a talent show. I could just remember that the people were on TV singing and it sounded really bad.
Trevan wanted to go out on his birthday to celebrate with one of our nephews.
And this car pulled up into a parking lot that was nearby and told them to come here.
And that's when the nightmare began.
We hear what sounds like an explosion, not pop, 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 but boom, boom. The whole house shakes.
He shook me. He was like, "Ma, get up. They're shooting," and Jermaine got shot.
And then I look down, and there's my son lying on the ground. There's a hole in his chest where the bullet right in his chest.
It went behind his ear, and he died instantly in the car.
And then you're left with the blood on the sidewalk, the neighbors, the police tape.
My child was killed for no reason. No reason.
He says that he done it because my son just was standing there and he was going to be a witness.
Somebody had that much power in their life that they woke up and decided another human being would not walk the planet Earth another day.
Matt Gray is a high school senior who likes documenting his life with a video camera.
I want to let you guys see how hard I'm trying to get to my goal. I want to be a congressman, so you know that's not going to be easy. And there's going to be tough challenges in life for me, but I really want to be a congressman, and I know what it takes to get there. And I'm striving for, staying on that road of what it takes right now, this moment.
His struggles are similar to many teens, but Matt is extremely frustrated with his education.
All I want to do is just do what's right, but sometimes just wanting to do that simple thing, that simple task, do what's right, it's kind of hard, especially when you got kids trying to insult you every day, your teachers trying to make you feel stupid about you raising your hand, asking a question you don't know.
Matt took a video camera to school to record a class.
I just wanted to give you guys a view of my class and what it's like.
I don't want to talk to anybody anymore. Sit down and do your project. Put them back up now. Shaquille, go.
Somebody knocking on the door every 24/7. Melvin's got it.
I need a book. Where do you get the book? Hey!
You're throwing books.
I don't know what you're
really want y'all to...
Excuse me. Do not continue to throw candy at me.
But look, Mesopotamia, what the heck is that?
That was him, Mama. Do you know that if you hit me with that,
man, I
you
broke
can
my
be
point. Look.
suspended?
In this class, it's basically like we just fighting for the teacher all day. Right, we need help. Rude as time. I need help with my work, and look what my teacher got to deal with. You see what I mean? Mesopotamia, it's not even in the Webster. I ain't asked the teacher, I got to ask my friend. What is Mesopotamia?
You know who He-Man dated?
I don't know.
She-Ra. Actually, a friend of mine named her kid She-Ra.
Yeah, I know, but what is Mesopotamia?
What?
Mesopotamia, what is that?
It's this era. The ancient Near East. Okay, stop!
Help me, bitch! Which one I should sneak first? Which one?
I don't know, but it takes a real man to beat a woman.
I'm a real man.
Enough of that. I'm trying to get my work done. Every day in this class, man, every day.
There have been many changes to the public school system in the last few years, but kids say classes like Matt's are still common. Students with disciplinary issues may be punished, but in many cases, the root causes are not addressed. Often these problems escalate into violence. And sometimes they are resumed after school where there is greater access to weapons.
Growing up in certain neighborhoods make you feel like you need something to protect yourself. And your fist is not going to protect you these days because you can't punch a bullet.
Dudes don't fight no more. One time you'll see somebody fighting is in school.
Like, we could get shot up just standing here right now, just cuz.
Why I think kids have guns is for all different type of reasons.
I think protection is the main reason why people have guns.
What are you protecting yourself from?
other people, you know what I mean? Other niggas, bro.
It's something that they get respect from.
A chopper, most people have an AK-47, and we call it a chopper.
I would say a gun is way easier to get than a textbook down here.
Yeah, AK-47 like, about like that, the bullet about this big.
Textbooks are way more expensive to get to.
Some people get it from a pawn shop, or most of the time it be illegal guns.
You have to order them online and stuff like this. You can't just walk into a store and buy them. I don't see any textbooks like that in Walmart.
I'm straight Holly Grove, you know that, but I'm old school. Bishop Project, like a throwback.
The rap group UTP featuring Juvenile produced the hit single Know You Clap in 2004. The group also included the rapper Skip, who continues to perform as a solo artist, in addition to owning the car wash.
By them leaves, you can lie by that. On side of that dog doodle, you can drive like that. This is payback for anyone who ever said that. Ever look, I'm safe for this.
I made the sign like about 8-9 months ago when they had like a string of murders here. They had like 5 murders or 6 murders in 3 days. And I was like, man, it's too wicked down here. And I was like, somebody just got to kill. So I just made the signs, home for stop the violence. People start honking, man. It was like a parade. Bum, 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 bum. I couldn't even estimate the average. I knew it got to be at least 1,000, 1,500 honks a day, easy. Like, I have friends died that might have been murdered through the years, and I see their mamas or something pass, and they'll be hitting the horn like 5-6 times in a row, like they really feel me, and I'll be like, I really feel you too. I might be at 50 names if I start naming everybody. I might be at 50 names. I lost so many friends. I just wanted to see if people care like I care, because it wasn't really nobody saying nothing, nobody really ain't doing nothing. And they're like, man, it might have 2-3 murders a night. They're gonna be like, that's just what happens here. And I'm like, man, I know everybody can't feel like that. They had a gun shop. It was on the borderline of like New Orleans and Jefferson Parish called Elliott's, and they were just selling so many guns, man. Because this is the sportsman paradise. A lot of hunting going on here. This New Orleans, Louisiana.
In Louisiana, the law states you must be 21 to buy a handgun, but you can buy a hunting rifle at the age of 18.
Assault rifle falls under the hunting rifle category. So if you have low-class SKSs and AKs for $118, and all you need is an ID that say you're 18 to buy one, and $118, you could just make $100 in like 4-5 hours in the hood and have an AK assault rifle, 30-round clip. If you let the people that selling them guns operate in New Orleans for 15, 20 years, the accumulation of guns being sold to the streets has got to be astronomical. And you wonder why the murder rate high, because everybody got assault rifles. It was at one time in my life, I just stopped going to funerals. I was tired of going to funerals. Man, I love them. I'll go view the body and sign the book, but I don't even go to funerals anymore. Wakes, repasses, I'm just tired of it. There's too much of this.
These things must stop, and the only way to get to them is to counter the problem before it gets to that problem. It ain't no more nothing for these children, more just growing up. That's all, just to live and survive and just to work the system. Majority of these little brothers and sisters gonna be in jail, dead the next 5-10 years, easily. You can see it continue going like that. All those 2, 4, 6, 7 children over there under the age of 10. 10 more years, where would they be if this continue on being like this, you know?
In 2006, Lisa and Danny Fitzpatrick moved to New Orleans to continue Lisa's work with youth. In the summer, they started a day camp for kids who had nothing to do.
About 2 weeks after summer camp, a young man was shot a block and a half from here. When that occurred, and I'm driving home, seeing that body on the other side of the police tape, and what's more than that, seeing the kids and the neighbors, it was a normal occurrence in their lives. And I just said, we're going to open the center now. We're not going to open it 2 years from now. We're not going to open it 5 years from now. We're not going to wait till the experts tell us we dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's.
After the center opened, the Fitzpatricks quickly learned about the kinds of obstacles they would face. Lisa recalls a story about giving one of the kids a bike.
I gave him a bicycle because he'd been walking to work to the French Quarter. The donor had been generous with us, so we decided to give him the bicycle to go to work. He had had that bicycle only a few hours. Got a block from my house, an officer pulled him over, yanked him off of his bike, threw him down, face down on the ground, and accused him of stealing a bike. So now that young man, he takes my 6-year-old to the store with him for protection, because a 6-year-old white child is protection from the NOPD.
A 2011 report from the Department of Justice confirms the claims of many New Orleans youth.
Our findings reveal the pattern of practice of unconstitutional conduct or violations of federal law in several areas. These included violations committed by officers through their actions, including the use of excessive force, unconstitutional stops, searches and arrests, and racial profiling and ethnic profiling.
The written report details that, indeed, the limited arrest data that the department collects points to racial disparity in arrests of whites and African Americans in virtually all categories, with particularly dramatic disparity for African American youth under the age of 17.
How many times have I been pulled over by the police?
They don't know me, so I might seem like I'm a bad person, but you don't know me.
Sometimes, they do good deeds and they help people or whatever, but they abuse their authority.
I've seen the police harass people. I've seen them beat people. I've seen them shoot people actually in front of my door.
Playing basketball, just to come break the whole basketball game up. Get on the ground.
Take off the shoes,
They don't like to see black crowds. They think something going on.
I think all police crooked, though. Every last one of them.
Some of them are bad, but not all of them, because I met some kind, generous police officers.
They stopped me and said I fit the description. So I'm like, what description? And they showed me a picture with a dude with a black hood on, but you couldn't see his face.
I can't stereotype them by saying all of them are bad, because that'll be doing what some of them do to me.
They stop me so many times, they go to calling you by name.
It's like, yeah, I'm a gangster. That's what happened to gangsters. They get pulled over by the cops, when really I'm not really a gangster. It just made me feel like that,
It made me feel like I wasn't even wanted in my own society.
Who in this room knows somebody that's been in prison or in jail? Who knows somebody in their family that has? Raise your hand. I want y'all to look around the room, because that's just about everybody.
For those who do get arrested, the road leads to the courthouse in Orleans Parish Prison known as OPP. CC interviews two brothers about being locked up.
All right, you ever been to OPP?
Yeah, that shit right there, you heard, man.
Tell us about OPP.
That shit right there is crazy, you heard me? That's somewhere you don't want to be at, you heard me? I just came home. I was in that bit for 7 months.
All right, so throughout those 7 months, did you get any type of education?
Fuck no.
You was locked in a cell for 23 hours, right?
23 hours.
And 1 hour of free time? So how did that make you feel?
Like a motherfucking caged animal.
They had like 30 niggas in a cell, and they'll throw 10 sandwiches in there. Get it how you live. Now, what you think about that happening?
One of the most extreme examples of the city's arrest mentality is the story of Kevin Griffin.
Very first run-in with the law, first offense, 10 years old, never had done anything remotely this bad. I got in a lot of fights as a kid, you know, with other children, but never to this extreme.
When Kevin was a kid, he was cornered by 3 bullies. He broke a bottle to defend himself, and the shards blinded one of the boys. Kevin was arrested and tried for attempted murder.
My legal aid came to court drunk every day. He reeked of alcohol every time, so I didn't have a great defense.
Kevin served 5 years in the Tallulah U prison in North Louisiana.
It was a lot of that, a lot of thinking going on, you know, it's like, why me, and then by me being a Christian, it's like a lot of talking to God and needing explanation. It's like, I'm 10, and I'm sitting here in a cell that I'm so small I can run circles around.
Kevin entered a place more brutal than the place he left behind.
So a lot of abuse by guards, a lot of chaos among the actual inmates there as well. But a lot of that stemmed from the abuse from the guards.
A few years after Kevin's release, Tallulah Prison was closed down for mistreatment of inmates by the Department of Justice with assistance from the Juvenile Justice Project of Louisiana.
You know, there's a lot of misconceptions about what are the most effective ways to reduce juvenile crime or to improve public safety across the board. What we too often see is putting more money into building more prisons, or, you know, the solution is more police officers on the street.
As part of their mission to transform the state juvenile justice system, JJPL holds youth fairs to educate young people about how the law can affect their lives.
A number of national studies have looked at the fact that when you take a child away from their community, you take them out of school, you take them away from any support system, they're often housed in inhumane or brutal conditions, rarely get adequate education or treatment. You're disrupting their life without actually providing them with any positive interventions or positive supports. And so what happens is that upon release, they're even less prepared to deal with society too often.
With time in jail and the criminal record, many youth find it hard to finish school or to find employers that will hire them. One block away from the prison is Liberty's Kitchen, an organization dedicated to helping at-risk youth.
Right now I'm on probation, so I'm trying to scrape my pad, but I done been to jail a lot of times, multiple times.
I was on a gun charge.
I went to jail for assault and battery on a police officer.
The organization trains 16 to 20-year-olds in a working restaurant. Work often begins with a group discussion over a daily quote.
It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. I'll say it again. It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men.
Liberty's Kitchen aims to put youth on a road to a self-sufficient life.
You don't want to go to school right now because it's going to affect the money that you make, right? A lot of the young people that I work with don't have examples, don't have models of people getting up, going to work every day. They're young, they're 16, 17 years old, so, you know, naturally they don't have work experience. A lot of folks don't want to hire young people because you have to make a commitment to train these young people, and it's not something that everybody's willing to do.
For kids who don't have support, it can be hard to live up to the requirements of probationary periods.
You know, they got court dates, they got the ankle braces on them, so that means that they need to go check in once a week. Drug court, so they got to go to drug class once a week. Can't keep a job if you got those 3 appointments. And that won't happen. You still got fines and fees. You got to hustle to pay your fines and fees. Hustling tends to mean that you're on the block doing something illegal. So that increases the likelihood of you being picked up again. It's the same thing over and over.
For kids who need income, selling drugs often seems like the only available job.
As I was 13, I got in the game with $20. It was a $20 flipper rock. That's what they call it, flippers. $20 because you can break them in half and make 2 $20 rocks. So if I have $20, I can get a flipper rock, break it in half and make 40. Take that 40, get 2 more flippers, break them in half, and now I got 80. But I didn't make but 5 sales, and I didn't turn my $20 and ultimately to $100.
I made a nice bit of money, more than what a 15-year-old is supposed to make.
You get out of school at 3. And if you from 3 to 12 at night and all that traffic with $20 and all that flipping, by 12 o'clock you got $500, $600.
Had a truck, and I had a Camaro and a Cutlass.
This is all I ever knew I had to make money. My mom's don't work, she might be on drugs, my sister and them are hungry. We ended up eating bologna sandwiches all year. Bologna sandwiches and ramen noodles all year. Our restaurant is McDonald's.
Whether for status or necessity, the lure of selling drugs lead to packing guns for protection.
It was like, no, I got a gun too. I don't know if it was the gun made them feel more masculine, so they walk around with their gun. So I'm gonna get me a gun because I don't want you starting on me with your gun. Yeah, I got a gun too. I don't come around here waving like I'm scared of you.
You had to. In this, dealing with that, you really had to. Especially with me because I didn't deal where I live. I didn't deal in my neighborhood because it'll get back.
See, when I was younger, they had older guys that could really step in if they had a beef between younger cats and really could squash the beef and be like, man, y'all need to stop this. I don't know what y'all went through or whatever, but this beef ain't a good thing because only more blood gonna shed from this. But as for now, I really don't have no older figures that could come in and stop these youngsters right now.
The things that other people in my family have done, because they contribute to, like drugs and violence and all this stuff like that, it's the fear that just because what they do, I think that somebody's gonna come and try to get me.
Retaliation happens every day. At this moment, somebody's retaliating on somebody.
Something happened to my sister, whoever did it, I'm gonna want them dead. I'm gonna take, streets justice. Police ain't gonna do nothing, put you in jail, put you in a cell. I'm gonna put you in a hole.
Once you retaliate to this family, then that family gonna retaliate to this family.
In New Orleans, it's like a game or something.
When I walk out the door, the first thing that goes in my mind, I look to the left and I wait for about 10 seconds to make sure that nobody's coming, make sure I ain't in the car come. Look to my right.
It's like I gotta get you before you get me.
You know who B-Ray is? Yeah. That's right. He causing all kinds of trouble around here, so you gotta be straight. You got a gun?
No.
What the fuck you mean you ain't got no gun? How you gonna protect yourself?
Ed Buckner leads a youth organization which made a short film focus on retaliation.
We had murder in the family. My son, which was 26 years old, he was a junior at Suno in computer engineering and working for Coca-Cola bottling at night. He had got shot 5 times in the head. And we really knew that at that point we had to do something about the gun violence because I had another son that's still living, and also we had community members and family members that really was upset about it. And we knew that we didn't need people retaliating my son's murder.
Hey, Devon, get this nigga your gun, man.
Ed's only living son was cast as Michael, a boy who was pressured by friends to retaliate for his brother's murder.
Every time you kill one black kid, you ain't doing nothing but inciting his friends to take and kill you.
If you never lost a child, then you don't know what I'm feeling.
You hear stories about it. So many people I used to say, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. But you really don't know how I feel until you is in that predicament.
You really have to understand on that day, I lost my identity. I was a mother, wife who had 2 children and now have 1. I don't really even know how to answer the question when people ask me how many children I have.
David's death, murder, left a huge gaping hole in my life. Like half of me died with him. There's a great emptiness, so I had to fill that up with something.
When you tell someone that your child was murdered in the streets or or they ask how he died. Oh, he was shot in the head. He was murdered. Okay, then they gonna automatically assume, well, he must have was involved in some type of drugs, or he must, was a bad kid running the streets or whatever.
Person killed another person, you are destroying this person's whole family. The whole family. And not only their family, your family also. Your family as well. You're hurting two families.
It's over for this generation. You can't change this generation. They already made up their mind.
I don't think there's hope to stop violence in New Orleans.
I don't think violence could never stop.
On the road we're going now, I don't think so at all.
If the next generation gonna be like this generation, then no.
Putting them in jail, that's not gonna solve nothing, because when they get out, they probably gonna do worse than what they was doing before they went.
It's a way of life, you know what I'm saying? Some people just think in the wrong mind, thinking killing is cool, it get you by, it get you power, so I don't know how you go overcome that.
Man, I don't even know.
Everything that seems to be true to me in reviewing the murder board and reading the articles of virtually every murder victim, the one constant is in some way there is a connection to poverty. When you live in poverty, at some point in some generation, you will move from poverty with almost a heroic spirit of hard work and labor. You will eventually shift to despondency and hopelessness. If you've got nothing and you got no opportunity, what do? You start to construct your own culture and society.
Gangsterness, the thugging is glorified. If you see them in the dubs and the big cars and the jewelry, it's glorified. Kids see all this on TV, they see it, but they can't put their hand on it. They can't get it. How can I get this?
They make it look like it's easy to do all this stuff on TV. And really, in real life, it's not.
They saying they done sold kilos and all this when it's not real.
But they tend to not care because they're hungry, they want to feed their family and escape poverty so much that they don't really, pay attention to what kind of monster they're creating.
One of the people working to contradict those images of violence is Kevin Griffin. He's a member of 2 Cent, a media collective that combines entertainment with education.
You heard me? Don't even talk to me no more, you heard me? Turn that camera off, you heard me?
They spoof everything, from fame to the future of hip-hop.
Laser beam in the face, laser beam in the face.
It's like Sesame Street meets 106 in Park meets Dave Chappelle, yeah.
Remember when everybody was shooting everybody in rap and hip-hop?
And the danger around every corner?
Oh, yeah.
Every corner.
Oh, yeah.
2 Cent social commentary has garnered them several awards and a loyal following on YouTube.
There's a lot of opportunities for negativity to just grow, and you gotta ask what kind of culture are we in where negativity can grow so easy.
Your casket, boy, pick your casket, your tune, and hurry up, cause you gon' be there soon.
And there are rappers mocking intelligent rappers, like, oh, that's whack, that's weak. Like, hold up, when did being smart and being powerful get played out?
Wipe your booty with it, wipe your booty with it, wipe your booty with it, wipe your booty with it.
People who have that kind of following and fame, it's like, why wouldn't you, do your thing and that's fine, but why wouldn't you try to use that, that power, that mass for something positive? Because if Lil Wayne tomorrow said, you know what, I think making all A's is cool. If you don't think every child would be in them books so hard.
Read more books than me, what? Baby, not hardly.
One of 2 Cent's most popular videos is Every Book in the World, a parody of Lil Wayne's song, Every Girl in the World. The video was created as part of a book giveaway.
Stop with every girl in the world. I just wanna read every book in the world. We read that, and we read that too, and we read that, and we read that too, and we read that. We read that too, we read that. Read every book in the world. I was trying to read every book in the world.
in this day and age, you have so many more outlets that people didn't have years ago. You have internet, and people can buy their own cameras. They can do their own thing, you know?
Now you can sort of create the change you want to see. Like Gandhi said, you know, you can become that thing that you want to change and broadcast it for the world.
You like told the kid that one day, and I thought about it. He said, like, could you imagine what Martin Luther King would have did if he would have had YouTube?
Right.
You know, like, just like the change that could have came about that. So, you know, we just want to show kids that it's a lot more you can put on the internet than you just dance around in your room. You can be,
right.
You know, you can really let your voice be heard.
With the variety of problems facing New Orleans youth, there isn't an easy solution, but the efforts of Tucson and a number of youth development programs across the city are planting the seeds of change. In the Ninth Ward, internationally known event producer Carl Washington volunteers his time to coach kids.
Kids don't want to be bad. Kids don't want to be gangsters. They don't want to be drug dealers. They don't want that, but with an alternative they have. A kid can't be what he can't see. When we first came, discipline was a major concern. We had to work on that. We had to get that to be the #1 thing, and we've won that battle. Once they saw we were here to stay, and we were going to be engaged in life on a daily basis, and we were serious about what we were doing, then we saw change. They are not as disrespectful. They pay attention. They're more focused. They're more concerned. They're eager to want to learn and grow and develop.
For the Fitzpatricks in Broadmoor, part of their daily commitment is helping kids to see a brighter future.
75% of the children I worked with couldn't write down their dreams and their hopes and their aspirations. We talked to a 19-year-old who I asked what he was going to do in 5 years, and he said, I'm not going to be alive in 5 years.
I'll be dead.
And so we realized we had to wipe that slate clean. That curriculum is not going to work here. We had to start with the basics. Teach the kids how to imagine again. One of our foster children that lived with us during this time came up to me very, very worried. He was 9. He thought that my 7-year-old, there was something wrong with him because the 7-year-old was sitting on the couch saying, hey, Chris, okay, we're in a spaceship. We're going to go explore. You sit here and I'll be the pilot. And Chris was trying to convince me that there was something wrong with my son because he didn't know where he was. Chris had lost at 9 years old the ability to imagine.
While developing activities for youth, the Fitzpatricks realized that many of the children at the center were only getting fed at school.
We did something one Thursday night that's now turned to every Thursday night. We had some extra money, and we had a donation come in that we were allowed to order pizza with. We had everybody come in, and they had to sit down at a meal. I rearranged all the tables into a family-style meal, and we served the pizza sitting down and having a meal together. And they had to talk to each other. Well, those who are not from New Orleans may not know this, but 3rd Ward's not supposed to talk to 10th Ward. Their mamas and their grandmothers and their great-grandmothers have told them that. Parkway and Zion City, no way. But the power of pizza over that seems to win every time. They have to sit down when they eat together, and they have to speak to each other. Kids have found out they were related when they thought they were enemies. Kids have found out they have a common grandparent. Kids have found out their evacuation story was the same. And they find this common ground when they talk to each other.
I like Apex because it's a very good place for kids. It helps you stay out of trouble. They keep kids off the street.
They help you with homework. We have like fun time, family nights.
To make sure no one has a fight, curse, or hang their pants down below their butt.
They teach us to do the right things in life so we don't go in a bad direction.
We can have fun and know nothing bad not gonna happen to us.
The more the older kids carry themselves the right way, the more the little kids will follow behind us and do the right thing.
Headquartered in Central City, Youth Empowerment Project helps young people from around the area by providing a variety of services. They offer tutoring, mentoring, and counseling, as well as special assistance to those who are transitioning back home from detention centers.
By providing intense case management, we could help them reconnect, with family, the community, and make a healthy transition into young adulthood. When their self-esteem is down, when they begin to feel that nobody's wanting to give them an opportunity, but then they begin to shut down, and then they go back to the things that in their community that they think is a way to get out of that, and that's the struggle. Is like a revolving door.
I know Christian wants to tell us all about his good friend.
His bad friend.
His bad friend.
What's the word?
Respect.
Thank you.
You think about the supports that you had, and if they were not there, you know, what choices would you have made?
Feeling words should be reflected in this document. That means you should be doing what? You should be using something that starts with an E.
Everything.
Thank you.
You know, it's not something that's gonna happen overnight. It's a process. You know, you have to get back to the things that we got away from, and it's about understanding and allowing the kids to know that you really care. You know, because if you take hope out, I mean, you don't have nothing else.
Raise the ball for me, Clarence. Raise the ball. Go ahead.
When I was at school, I was trying to help. I was trying to be an ally, and it was the one with the classwork.
And help someone with their classwork? Why was that person not doing their classwork?
No, they was just watching everybody do what they usually do, play around in this class.
Did you just get up out the chair and go, or did you?
Raise my hand, and I asked the teacher, can I go help her? And she told me I could go over there and help her. And then she just said she didn't want to help her, so I left.
Okay. So in that situation, you were doing a number of things. Do you know what you were doing pertaining to what we talked about?
I was trying to be helpful.
You were being helpful, okay. You obviously was in control because you did what?
Raise my hand.
Raise your hand, so you followed the rules, right? And you offer support, so that was very good. Very good, good answer.
I raised the ball now?
You raised the ball. You raised the ball. You raised the ball.
It's a lot of people getting killed out here as teens. They ain't really getting to see their life, and I won't see my life.
I am tired of people having children and hoping that they make it. Our children are supposed to make it.
Don't help me when my boy's dead. I don't want your help. Don't come to my house with your potato salad and your words of condolences. Help me while he is alive.
More parks, more football teams, more exciting and fun things for them to do.
Better schools. If they have more activities at school, I feel that'll keep young teens off the streets.
Basketball courts, club, organization groups down here that's in the district. I ain't talking about way, somewhere else.
Our culture today is just we extremely numb to everything. I think we had no choice but to become numb. That's what we see a lot of when we get young people come at us. That we have to sort of like break that shell, like get them back to the point where they should be.
When we talk about the future of Louisiana and the future of our city, we need to change around the dynamic. We are first in incarceration and either last or next to last in education. That is certainly not the way to produce a viable state in terms of economic opportunity, in terms of investment, but it's also throwing away an entire generation of young folks.
I think people finally agree that you can't hire enough cops to make the city safe. People say make the laws harsher. How harsh is harsh? When you get on a street with a MAC-10 and some rock, you don't care whether you can go away for life or not.
Whether a teenager is wearing his pants down to his knees, cursing up a storm, or brandishing a gun, what they are really saying is, look at me, I matter.
I don't want to get caught up. I don't want to die. Like, I just really do not want to die at a young age. Because whenever I see it on the news, like a kid died before he even turned 18, that's a shock to me. That makes me not want to live here anymore, but still makes me want to live here because my friends are here, like people that I can see myself actually growing up with, and stuff like that. I feel like I'm just torn in the middle. I want to stay here, but I don't want to stay here because I don't want to die.
living in the war zone. Mentally scarred and all alone, my people gone. How can I make it in the city I roam when they constantly holding the chrome till my dome got me? Shell shock, living in the war zone. Mentally scarred and all alone, my people gone. How can I make it in the city I roam when they constantly holding the chrome till my dome got me? Yo, it's bloodshed on the sidewalk. Little kids walking around, but they minds dog. No hope, no goals, no imagination. This ain't a single city problem, this the whole nation. Growing up in poverty without an education. Living on the system, begging for emancipation. Reaching for a dream that's seemingly intangible. Economic cages got us acting like an animal. Now little Kevin on the block, familiar with them thug cats that kicking in the lot. They keep it hot, moving rock non-stop. So Kevin get excited when he see him stunting with the guap. Now that's a dream you can see and touch. Trap music running through my mind. It ain't the thing to bust. Besides, I never make it past 25. The only way that I survive is to keep it live. Shell shock, living in the war zone. Mentally scarred and all alone. My people gone. How can I make it in the city I roam when they constantly holding the chrome till my dome got me? Shell shock, living in the war zone. Mentally scarred and all alone. My people gone. How can I make it in the city I roam when they constantly holding the chrome till my dome got me? My older brother got popped, now he paralyzed. I stole his money, you expect me to apologize? We eating fancy now cause my